So now there are some numbers here. So association between the chitta and Chetasika. A chitta never arises alone. It arises as a unit with its associated Chetasika. Likewise, Chakku is always associated with 7 Chetasika. Together with Chitta, these form a unit of 8 components, which is the smallest unit of mind. They are inseparable. Now, if we are talking about 89 Chittas or 1 to 1 Chittas, so the Chitta that arise with the minimum, what minimum is this the consciousness, eye consciousness. That is a very minimum because these 7 are the universal. All right. So every time it arises, must arise with the minimum 7. That's the smallest unit because there will not be 6 Chetasika. There will be definitely will be 7. So 7 plus 1, you got 8. And they arise together, so they are inseparable. So this uh 10 Chetasika. Why 10 here? With the 5 door everything and this 10 Chetasika. Oh, yeah. Okay. So after that, then you add another 3. Vitakka with, then this one. Okay. So to find all these suicidal is the Chetasika. So you can find somewhere in this book, I think. Yeah. This one. Yeah. So when you see this book, it has the like talking about which Chetasika is associated with which Chitta. All right. So you can see here. So like initial application today with Vitakka can associate with the Chitta 1 to 2 and so on. So all these are numbers here. There's another one. Combine. Okay. Oh yeah, this one. So this is the charts here is helpful if you want to know. For example, the 7 universal, this 10. So it's 10 here. 10 consciousness with 7 universal. Right, like this. All right. So minimum the eye, ear, nose associated with this 7. Okay. And then the receiving associated with the 7 and also Vitakka, initial application, sustained application, and decision. So Vitakka, Vichara, Adhimokkha, these are called 10. All right. So 10. So just now it was talking about this 10 Chetasika. Minimally means that right? So 10 means 7 universal plus initial application, sustained application, Adhimokkha. So Vitakka, Vichara, Adhimokkha plus 7 universal, you got 10. So that is on the receiving. So minimally for a chitta when it arise, it must arise with 7. These 7 universal. Okay, so that's a minimum. So the next number will be 10 here. So this 10 number. So you can find this in the charts in the Abhidhamata Sangaha. Right. So when we study in our diploma time, we really have to memorize the numbers. No? Actually, that's why Abhidhamma is not easy. Right. So after that, Fido everything. No, Fido everything. You have this. Okay, Fido everything also with 10 Chetasika. So same with the universal, then Vitakka, Vichara, Adhimokkha. So 10 also. So I know it's talking about these numbers. Yeah. And when they arise together, so one Cetatisaka come with the final evident consciousness, so they're inseparable. Then there are some other numbers. So for you all, because you are under the certificate and this is an introduction and also Abhidhamma and daily life, I don't focus on numbers because you cannot memorize. And one thing also, no point just meditate with the numbers, just for understanding only. For example, Javana Chitta associate with 27 Chitasika. Loba Mula Chitta associate with 22 Chitasika. Moha Mula associate with 15 or 16 Chitasika. So the first Loba Mula Chitta associate with 18 or 19 Chitasika. So-called Bhavanga Chitta, life continuous consciousness, does not arise alone. It comes with 33 Chitasika. That is the maximum number. Okay. So you can see in this book with all the numbers. So actually it's good if you can just print yourself and just see all the numbers possible to arise. Like Greek rooted, what is the possible numbers and so on. Okay. All right. Anyway, we go back to main thing. So I hope you all remember this. So Cetasika have four ways of association. Okay. They're having depend on one base, same object, arise together, cease together. Okay. And seven universal Cetasika are associated with all Chittas. So seven Cetasika, all the 89 Chitta or 121, they will have definitely this seven. So seven are called universal. All right. So this means that these seven universal, you can see here, these seven universal, they will associate with all the Chittas. Okay, the color here. Okay, now this is a kind of like conclusion together. Many phenomena work together because they have different functions. They have some are slightly similar function. Okay, for example, because they are slightly similar, then you might confusion. For example, passa allow you to contact with the object. Vitakka means let the mind, chitta, descend on the object. Passa communicates with chitta, but through the vitakka, chitta can descend on the object. Manasika directs the chitta towards the object. Chetana encourages the mind towards the object. So you can see these are summary here. We already mentioned a few times. Remember, this book is actually coming from the Dharma talk, so I will repeat a few times, but I think it's good to listen a few times. Okay. Now, in our daily lives, if we contemplate that we need many conditions and various parts and so on, all right, these are same. So we need, so for example, when we say the word sankhara, so sankhara means condition. So Pali word like sankhara means condition. Because whatever we do is not just one condition. Wherever we are doing, seeing something or walking or whatever, you need many conditions. Good eye, good body, and so on. So Cetasika alone cannot perform one function. So Cetasika have different function and different characteristic. Why? Because they need to work together. So all the Cetasika, it is like we call it like in a department. The the minister, different minister like road department, the finance department, or maybe those agricultural department, different ministry, they have different function, then the country can run. So the Chetasika have different function, then but they add together, they can work together with the mind. Okay. And then the eye is not like the ear. The function of the eye is seeing, or the function of ear is hearing. Likewise, chitta and chittasika have different function, right? But they need to work together. And that's the meaning here. Okay, now this part is much more on non-self here. Okay, so this part is interesting to read. Now this part I do start to go back to Vipassana point already. Sister Hoi Ganla, yes. Yeah.
We often think of the body and mind as I. If we search for the I, we cannot find it in the ultimate sense. They are merely phenomena. Suddha Dhamma Pavatanti Eve Tam Samadasanam. This verse from the Bhikkhuni Samyutta is well known and was recited by Venerable Vajira Theri, whose Dhamma knowledge is profound. Yatha hi anga sambara koti sadora rato iti. Evam kandesu santesu hoti santoti samuti. Just as the combination of parts, the term chariot comes to be. In the same way, when there are aggregates, the conventional term be comes to be.
Okay, thank you. So
Okay,
when
thank
you
you.
put different parts of chariots, you put together, so the terms chariot come to be. So also when you put many kanda, many aggregates together, then the being sato, right? The terms. Now terms is called samuti, right? So remember when we see the word samuti, right? So now we call it the samuti satya, conventional truth. Now, what is samuti? Samuti something is something we agree. Somebody agreed, all right? So we call this a chariot, we call this as a human, and so on. But all this happen when you put things together, a combination. So when you combine things together, chariot come to be. So when you put five aggregates together, then the terms being, a living being, a human, or whatever come to be. So these are we call it samuti, the terms. Now, okay, now this from the Bhikkhuni Samyutta Vajra Sutta, right? Now from here is another Bhikkhu Buddhagosa. Now, who is Bhikkhu Buddhagosa? He's a very well learned monk who translated many commentary, including the Visuddhimagga, the path of purification. So he explained this one. Okay, Brother King.
Okay. Bhikkhu Buddhagosa also explained in another way. Kamasa karako nati vipakasa cha vedako sudadama pavatanti evitang samadesanang. There is neither doer of an action nor the feeler of result. The pure phenomena occur. As such, this is right seeing. This is a very beautiful verse. The thought to increase Dhamma knowledge is Yoniso Manasikara. One can enhance Yoniso Manasikara by reciting these verses. If one does not have Yoniso Manasikara, Micca Vitakka, wrong thoughts will occur. The three types of Micca Vitakka have different degrees and levels. Some are gross while others are subtle.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Now, what's the meaning of neither doer or action nor the feeler or result? Okay, because when we say there's a doer, karako. So when we say there's a vedako, feeler, then is this refer to being, a human being or sentient being? But actually, we are talking about just phenomena. Suddha is pure. Dhamma is phenomena. So things are just happen by itself, like all the chitta sika happen by itself. But when you put the chitta sika, then you put the lupa, then you have the idea of being come to be. But the real thing is all these are just phenomena. So this is more talking about non-self here. So by yoniso manasikara, we can improve our knowledge, right? So if not, we have micha vitaka, wrong thoughts. And now we come back to this one. This part is interesting also. Cindy, yeah.
Do you know the story of our Bodhisattva? He followed an austere practice for 6 years until his body became thinner and thinner, resembling a skeleton. After that, he abandoned this practice of austerity, took food, and regained his health. Reflecting on the condition of his body, he had thoughts about his earlier state. Oh, my body was not in good health. Oh, my body is not like that of other people. After he started eating, he thought, now it is not a skeleton. Now I'm in good health. These thoughts about the body by the Bodhisattva are example of Kama Vitakka. He wanted to remove what was not beneficial. The Bodhisattva had renounced his princely status, ordained and followed the practice of austerity for 6 years, during which he had never felt homesick. During those 6 years of austerity practice, no other Kama Vitakka arose with the Bodhisattva. As for the audience, how many days did you go back to your home? How many times a day do you think about your home? Before sleeping, don't you think about your home? Are you not homesick?
Okay, thank you. All
Thank
right.
you.
So when I read this part, actually, because I did a lot of the book actually transcribed by me and with others. So when I was reading, yes, I understand the story about the Bodhisattva was practicing austerity practice for 6 years until the body becomes skeleton. Then after that, he feel that there was a wrong path. He started to eat and regain the health. So then he had the thought, okay, now I'm in good health. Okay. So here is Sadhu explained as Kama Vitaka. Right? But he say it's a Kama Vitaka. So I double checked when I was transcribed the book. I thought I listened to wrongly. Then after that I read, oh, he say there's no other Kama Vitaka except that Vitaka. He was comparing his body, the body in a better shape. He said there was Kama Vitaka. All right. Beside this, there are no other else. So because he said that as a bodhisattva, following his austerity practice or so on, he never even think about his family life. Okay. He really let go everything, his big renunciation. It's only he want to regain his health. That's why he had to eat. And that was the only vitaka, kama vitaka. All right. So that's why the Mara, it said that the Mara followed the Bodhisattva for 6 years, but Mara can never catch him. You all heard about the story, right? The Mara following him for 6 years. The Mara cannot catch him. Why? Because he had no other that kind of great hatred delusion. But of course, at the Bodhisattva, he's not enlightened yet, but he don't have that kind of like things that Mara can catch him and can accuse him of having sensual desire. Only this one. And then this one came now. Okay, so next one. I think we can finish the book today. Yeah, okay. Today is a not so difficult topic to read. No, it's quite easy. Sister Chai, yes.
different levels of Kama Vitakka sensual thought. Kama Vitakka has different levels and different degrees. All types of Kama Vitakka produce or bring about ill results. Kama Vitakka causes the cessation of wisdom, Panaya, Nirodhiko. Panya cannot arise from such thoughts. It destroys Panya or weakens it. Most people live with Kama Vitakka and are still considered good individuals. However, if they live with Abhyapada Vitakka and Vihimsa Vitakka, they are regarded as bad individuals. Regarding Kama Vitakka, the term Kama is classified into two categories, Kilesa Kama and Vatu Kama.
Okay, continue. Yes.
Vatu Kama refers to objects of desire, like visible object, sound, smell, and so on. This does not need to be eradicated. Kilesa Kama refers to thoughts of desire, meaning craving. This mental defilement should be eradicated. Which one should be eradicated? We should eradicate Kilesa Kama. There is no need to eradicate Vatu Kama.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Okay.
Okay, now the Vitakka is different types of Vitakka. Some can be very strong and they want to possess people's properties, or some can be just normal kind of desire. Right? So, but any kind of Vitakka is Kama Vitakka also can cause the cessation of wisdom. Because when they have so much sensual desire, the wisdom cannot arise. Okay. But even we have Vitakka, Kama Vitakka, we still can consider a good person. But if you have Abhyapada, should be typing wrong, Abhyapada. Abhyapada is not here, so Abhyapada. Abhyapada and Vihimsa, right? So if you have a hatred and cruelty, so these are considered bad. Hatred means want to destroy things. Cruelty means itself want to destroy things. So these are more on dosa. So now these two terms, all right. Now when we say the word watu means object. So object of desire, we should no need to eradicate. Because how are you going to destroy everything, the sight, the sound, and smell? These are considered our environment. So you don't need to destroy the environment because everywhere you go, definitely there will be sight, sound, smell. All right, this is a sensual object. So Vatu Kama is sensual object. Sensual object means the object of our sense. Now, Kriska Kama is sensual desire. Right, so it's the difference between these two. So which one should we eradicate? We should eradicate is the Krisa Kama, not the Vatu Kama. Okay. Okay, and then here Saido quote of very nice poetry. Okay. Subang, you can read the poetry, yeah.
Thank you, Sergi. To contemplate Kama Vitakka, there is a beautiful verse mentioned in the Samyutta Nikaya, Nisanti Sutta, S134. Nate Kama Yani Chitrani Loke. Those that are attractive in the world are not Kama. Sankapa Rago, Purisasa Kamo. Thoughtful cravings for them is a being's Kama. Titanti Chitani Tateva Loke. Attractive things ever exist in the world. Ateta Dira Vinayanti Chandan. The wise remove the desires for them. The first line is Nate Kama Yani Chitrani Loke. Those that are attractive in the world are not Kama. In simple language, those things that are beautiful in the world are not Kama. The thought of lust, is a person's karma. Craving for them is a being's karma. The term purisa does not refer only to males. It also means satta. It also means being, satta. Sankapo, thought. Ragu, craving, lust. Tanti chitrani tatteva loke means the beautiful things in the world remains as they are. Attractive things ever exist in the world. Ateta dira vinayanti chandang means the wise dira removes vinayanti, the desire for them. Vatu kama refers to things to be desired, while kilesa kama means desire or attachment. Therefore, Vatu kama is the object for kilesa kama. When the term karma is mentioned, it refers to both things to be desired and desire itself. However, Vatu karma should remain as it is. We just need to remove kilesa karma. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So this poem is it just comes the same thing. We have two types of karma. One is Vatu karma, one is Kilesa karma. So Vatu karma means we to call it things to be desired. Right? So we can take it as this Vatu karma means things to be desired. All right, so number one. So Kilesa karma means desire. Right? So which one should you destroy? We should destroy the Kilesa karma, desire. So the first one, things to be desired, you cannot destroy it because it's the sight, the sound. Like you see a flower, you don't need to destroy the flower. Okay? So like for example, this is a flower or maybe some good smell. So you don't need to destroy this one because this is just a part of nature. So it's supposed to be destroyed, it is a desire itself. Because desire is under wrong thoughts. Okay? Can you all follow? Can, right? So this is a Vatu karma. So this is a Kilesa karma. So Vatu karma is the object, like flower. Desire means similar to craving. Okay. So we need to remove the Kilesa karma, not the Vatu karma. So you don't need to destroy all the good flower, good sight, but we need to destroy the craving towards it. Okay. So this is an example here. Can? Okay. Right. So I think that's enough for today. Even though today actually the topic is quite easy. So but we can look at this some Abhidhamata Sangaha for some more information. Okay, so today we are on the topic of Patinaka. Right. Now, Abhidhamata Sangaha is translated, but this book is not easy to read because the English is not so easy. So we have a Patinaka, so we call it occasionary. So we have 6 of them. It is similar to universal in being ethically variable factors. This means that it can associate with good chitta or bad chitta. So ethically, that's a meaning. Which take on the moral quality of the chitta. So they're different from universal because they only happen to certain chitta, not all. So you have the Vitakka. Vitakka is under jhana, is the first of the 5th jhana. First of the 5 jhana factors. Now here Vitakka is called application of the mind to the object. So in this book, it's called make the mind descend on the object. So characteristic is direct the mind. Now use the word direct the mind on the object. Function is to strike at and trash the object. Now manifest, how do you know you have Vitakka? So it leads the mind to the object. Okay. So no proximate cause is mentioned in the commentaries. The object may be answered as its proximate cause. This means that when the object arises, there's a Vitakka. Ordinary Vitakka simply applies the mind to the object. But when Vitakka is cultivated through concentration, it becomes a jhana factor. So when you purposely meditate on it, you got concentration, it becomes jhana factors. And then when it becomes very strong, it becomes apana, absorption of the mind. So when we say when the mind is absorbed means in a deep concentration, so this is called apana. Sometimes Vitakka is also called sankappa, right? Sama sankappa or micha sankappa. Sama sankappa means in a noble effort path, right thought. So if micha sankappa means wrong intention. Okay, so today we only talk about this. And then the next week we will do the vichara. Okay. This one next week. So today the topic is much more on Vitakka today. So we finish here. So we just go back. Today is also learn about non-self according to the sutta here. So it's things when you put together, like the chariot put together with all the different parts, the terms come to be. When the aggregates you put together, the beings come to be. And Cheta Sikha, they have different function. And the main thing will be arise together, cease together, having the same object, depends on same base. Right? So you have three Kama Vitakka, then Vyapada Vitakka, and then this one. So Vyapada is hatred, then the Vihimsa is a cruelty. Okay. So, and so on and so on. Right? Kama Vitakka, Vyapada, Vihimsa. So okay. So this is some simple thing that you all should remember. I think that's enough for today. Too much also, very tired also. Okay, so we should share the merits. Okay, we just do a Xun. Okay, Virya, you chant. Pali English.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, yes.
Sharing merits. Patidana Patanumodana. Imam no punya bagam sabba satanam dema. Imam no punya bagam sabba satanam dema. Imam no punya bagam sabba satanam dema. We share this merit with all sentient beings. May they obtain this merit and be well and happy. Idam no nyatinam hotu sukhita hontu nyateyo. Idam no nyatinam hotu sukhita hontu nyateyo. Idam no nyatinam hotu sukhita hontu nyateyo. Let this merit go to our departed relatives. May our relatives be happy. Anumodana, rejoicing, sharing the merits with Devas. Akasata cha bummatta devanaga mahitika punyam tam anumoditva chiram rakkantu buddha sasanam. Akasata cha bummatta devanaga mahitika punyam tam anumoditva Chiram Rakkantu Desanam Akasata cha Bummatta Devanaga Mahidika Punyam Tam Anumoditva Chiram Rakkantu Mamparanti
Okay.
Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samijjatu Devo Vasattu Kalena Sassa Sampatti Hotu Cha Pito Bhavattu Loko Cha Raja Bhavattu Dhammiko Patana aspiration Adda imaya patipadaya charamaranam parimuchisami idam me punyam asavakhaya vaham hotu idam me punyam nibbanasa pachayo hotu idam me silam magga phala jnanassa pachayo hotu imina punya kamena mame bala samagamo satam samagamo hotu yava nibbana patiya.
Thank you. So
Sorry,
finally,
sorry.
let us say Buddha Sasanam together. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Tiktatu. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Titatu. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Titatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so this is Abhidhamma in daily life. Whatever you knowledge you all gain from this listening to and also read together, so apply in your life. For example, today what do you learn? Different types of Vitakka, right? The Kama Vitakka, Vyapada, or Vihimsa. So every time you see something, you realize that your mind want it. Your mind want to have it. So if you can get it, your mind will happy. If you cannot get it, your mind is not happy. So that's a Kama Vitakka. And then when your mind do something, it's not one. So there are different parts of mind, but it's happen very fast. So there will be Vitakka, then there will be a Sa, there will be Vedana, there will be Sanya. All take place very fast. Because when Chitta arise, there must be different Chetasika that do things together. Right? So but all this Dhamma, when we put together, then the sense of I'm doing something. Right? But if you're very mindful, you notice that, okay, even before this I come, there will be a lot of cause and condition. Like, for example, you want to buy something. It's not because you want to buy something. It's because you receive the information that, oh, this thing is very good. And you feel that you just want to spend the money. Okay, then you want to buy something. Like nowadays, people talk about these